I spy a Mark III Astra and a Corsa. Should park here right now. I'll go and find out. Hello and welcome to Once Driven Forever Smitten. I'm here in Sutton, which is where my work head office is located and where my auntie lives. And I've come to meet Charlie Millward, who also lives here. He's got a Mark III Astra Merit and also a Corsa B Turbo, and he's just bought an Omega with a view to turbocharging that as well. So I think the Omega is, it's not around, but we'll get a look at the Astra and the Corsa at the very least anyway. Hey. How's it going, alright?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. Aye, so I was just saying on video there that like my only family in the whole of England pretty much lives in Sutton. I've got a relative that lives in Blackpool as well, that's it. So it's a nice coincidence that we're down here. How many cars you got? Six?
Six, yeah, at the moment.
What you got?
I've got the Astra, the Corsa, I've got a Nova, Mark 1 Fiesta and the Alpina.
Ah, you got a bit of mix of stuff, eh? So this Astra is pretty rare. It's a Merit 3-door non-sunroof shell. Merits don't usually come with a multi-point injection engine, but this one's got it because it's got an automatic gearbox, and it's also been resprayed in BMW Estoril Blue.
That's it, yeah.
How did you get it done?
No, it's done just before I bought it. I have no idea why someone did it, but
what colour was it? Blue anyway.
It was
that?
It was that like pastel-y blue, like dark blue.
Yeah, the proper like dull dark blue. Well, it looks interesting because I was thinking about it. I was like, is that a Vauxhall colour? But it's not. Looks well enough. Like this car's for sale. This is for sale, eh?
For sale. Could work out, eh? It can come with everything to make it manual and ready for big block, and also have an F28 to go with it as well, if that's your thing. So.
Brilliant scope for a project. This thing because it's clean as well. With it being down south, of course, it's unusual for me from Scotland to go and look at the back end of a Mark III Astra and see it's still got arches in it. Look how clean the badges are.
They're all brand new.
Aha. See, these, they don't normally, if you know it's a multi-point, if it says 1.4 in the back, it won't say anything if it's a single point, high torque effort. But the automatics are surprisingly good in these as well, compared to like what the Mark II Astra was like with the 3-speed gearbox. But it comes with, yeah, you've got the pedals and the gear stick, the big block front legs for it, and also an F28.
That's it, and it's already got Wilwood 4-pots on it and rear disc conversion.
It's got Wilwood 4-pots?
Yeah, because I was going to have to turbo it, so I put them on. The 280mm.
Ah, what's that? It's 15 Zervectra B, like LS fuel trims, I think.
It, yeah. The plan was to make it a sleeper, but obviously plans changed and.
Hello, this is Marmalade. Hello. You can be in the end of the video instead of Bob this time. Only fair. Quite friendly. Yes. Don't look like you're going to attack me, unlike Bob. How long have you had the car?
I've had it I think about 2 years now, around about that. I've not owned it for a mega long time, but...
What miles is on it?
I think it's on 90,000, I think. It's about 90,000.
Well, not into one of these things, eh? What's, how did you come across it? So somebody had it resprayed and all that, somebody's given it a bit of love.
Yeah, I found it on Facebook Marketplace and I took a punt on it. It looked quite clean in the pictures and it was quite clean. Someone's done a few bits to it. Someone's taken the wing mounted aerial off and put it on the roof for some reason. I'm not sure why they did that, but they did.
It is clean. I mean, if you go down the side of it, there's no parking dings in it anywhere, and it's got a completely full set of arches as well. Like the climate down here, is it like where was it from? Is it like a London car?
Yeah, so yeah, it's been registered in Guildford and been a London for its whole life.
That's where Pete's from. I started the channel with, who then went to Singapore. Was that Focus ST up there, eh? Oh, it's definitely got loads of potential for somebody, or even just drive it as it is. You know, it'd make a good daily driver.
That's it, it's done me. That's pretty much what I've used it for, and it's been perfect. And it's so good on fuel as well.
Easy life as well if you're in the city with having the automatic gearbox in it. There's not many of them going about now, Mark 1s, orange indicators and everything on them.
Proper poverty spec.
So as you can see, this Astra is super clean. It's also had the steering wheel leather redone on it as well, which is very nice. A nice texture to it and everything there. Such a solid car this. Plenty of potential. Got a little look under the bonnet as well. This is the same engine as what's in the Corsa that I've just bought. And I reckon it's a better engine than the Ecotec that came after it. Oh golly. I'll get this one-handed. Yes! Yeah, it's such a tidy little setup in there as well. Great engines these. They did really well in competition as well, because they could really make these things scream in the classes. You grab that now. That's good. Would you like to have a look and see if you've got have it? I take it this will have a speed sensor.
This has got a cable. What for the speedo?
Yeah, I'm just having a little look to see how it runs. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It must have a speed sensor on the back of the clocks. That's how that operates. But no, these are great. These are great little engines. These 82 horsepower. You see how clean this one is as well. And also how clean the rest of the engine bay is on it. This thing's rock solid. Of course it doesn't, because it's a Merit, it doesn't have the sound deadening on the bulkhead, which you don't really want. But it's just really nice and clean. And it's for sale. So, you know, get in touch if you're interested. No central locking. No, Merit. Oh, it's the blue interior, look how fresh it is. Sitting now, review it. Flying. Oh, he's got the tape deck as well.
So we're trying to go like industrial style?
Yeah, we've got some industrial.
Yeah, no worries. There's one literally around the corner, so.
Yeah, it's surprising how nippy those little 1400s are. I'm well impressed with the Corsa that I went and bought from London the other week, although it's very, very short geared.
Yeah, it's not too bad, even for an auto. Like it's, I've driven slower 1.4 manuals, and considering it's an Astra, and once you get it on the motorway and get it going, it's yeah, hold the speed really well. But if anyone gets in front of you and cuts you up, then you know about it.
Because it's got the sport mode and the winter mode in it and everything now.
I mean, the sport mode, I'm pretty sure all it does is make more noise.
Yeah, it locks out fourth gear. That's the kind of main thing that it. Oh, bloody hell, mate! Of course, we're all saying we're in London, or Greater London anyway. Kamikaze cyclists everywhere. It's a bit of a concern with this low emissions zone that they're going to move it right the way out.
That's it.
I was hoping Sadiq Khan didn't have influence this far out.
Yeah,
it seems like anything inside the M25 pretty much.
That's it, anything. It's because it's Greater London, so it's yeah.
Annoying, like, because I had to pay £12.50 to get that Corsa out of London. I was like, well, I'm taking it away.
Yeah, you think they'll pay you, but any chance for them to give you some money, or for you to give them some money?
There's a funny little bit through there with the bus gate, so you can't get through.
So you go through that and you'll get a ticket.
What suspension's on it?
It's just 40mm shocks and springs. Nothing too special. I think they're just like relatively cheap ones.
You can feel it feels pretty stiff, like. I mean, with the power it's got, you'll be able to like just nail it about, like go straight into roundabouts and things, and just.
Is it fold the tyres over under the car pretty much? So yeah, you do feel the sidewall, then you throw it into a roundabout.
Has it got power steering?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. Yeah, hydraulic power steering. Pretty nice.
Well, you can feel it's well screwed together.
It's a solid little car. I'll be sad to see it go, but unfortunately needs must.
Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to get rid of some stuff as well. I've got too many things, and I keep having people offering me cars left, right, and centre as well, including some really nice ones: Cavalier SRIs, Zafira GSIs, Vectra CDX Estates, and all that.
Yeah. I had that Cavalier SRI that I broke not that long ago. That was well gone. That had a hard life.
Most of them have now. There's not very many SRIs that survive. You're more likely to go and pick up a kind of normal model and then see if you can get the bits from an SRI.
That's it. This one was full of holes and it ran, but not well. And
No, there's a Foden lorry.
yeah, we just got pretty much this whole estate. So
Yeah, that's cool.
it's like a big loop.
What is it you do for a living?
I'm a mechanic.
Whereabouts do you work in a dealership? Or?
No, I work for a fleet company, so doing vans and HGVs. So it doesn't really cross over into cars, but I do the odd car. I was used to work on cars before I did that.
Sometimes you don't get a lot of crossover, like guys that like to work in the heavy stuff tend to avoid the light stuff and vice versa, whereas you need two totally different tool sets as well.
That's it, yeah, it's a completely different kettle of fish really. I mean, there's not as much finesse in HGV and commercial there is in like light vehicle stuff.
Okay, fancy Mark IV Astra. How is it you got into Vauxhalls? Is that something you've always been into?
Well, I've always been into Fords as well, really. But I got into Vauxhalls. I wanted a Mark 1 Fiesta for my first car, and well, they're few and far between. Even back, like going back 10 years now. So I ended up settling for a Nova, and it sort of pretty much just went from there. And I do actually own a Mark 1 Fiesta now. Finally scratched that itch, and that's got a red top in it as well. So.
It's got a red top in it? Wow! Yeah. I've never seen that before. There's that crazy Focus ST.
I'm pretty sure he does laps, like just these 3 straights. But yeah, no, it's one of only 3 I know to have ever been done with a red top in. So.
What's involved with getting one of those into a Fiesta then? Are you running like an F20 gearbox?
It's running F16. Basically made all my mounts. I basically adapted them from Nova mounts, and then I made my own. So it's got the Nova brackets that then I've made my own mounts on the chassis. So it's still got the 2 bolts that go upwards.
No, I've never actually seen one of them before.
So it's yeah. There's not many. Well, I mean, as far as I know, it's the only one that's on the road. I think this road might be shut.
Yeah.
I'll have to go the long way around.
Oh, that's alright.
But the as far as I know, it's the only one that's on the road at this moment in time. I know of at least 2 others being built, but I've only ever seen a picture of one and taken a guy's word on the other one. He seemed to know a lot about it, so I assume he probably has done it. But yeah, I mean, with the exception of maybe some rear-wheel drive ones, but there's from what I know, it's one of 3 that were front-wheel drive anyway.
Where do you keep these? You've got like a unit somewhere?
No, I couldn't afford a unit around here. They're way too expensive. But no, just some are stored at my mate's house. Rent his garage off him. They're just literally over. So I've got some at work. Yeah, it's that's one of the other reasons I need to downsize. Basically, it's just too many cars and not enough places to keep them, and garages, even lockups around here, you're looking at paying about 150 quid a month for a garage that doesn't even have electric or anything. So it's
brutal cost of living down here. It's what about this Omega that you've bought then? What's that as a base model, and what do you plan to do there?
So that's a CD. It's a 2.2. I bought it estate. I bought it from a customer. The rust, it got a bit of rust in the inner sill that needs sorting out, and the price just got too much for him, and he decided to throw in the towel. But I've looked after the car for like the last 8 or so years, and I've always said when I had the opportunity I'd buy it, and so the plan for that is to put a Z20 LET into it, take the 2.2 out. For a 2.2 they really don't make much more power.
No, that has been done. I'm sure I've seen one of them before. I've certainly seen C20 LET engines and Omegas, and I think there was one in Total Vauxhall back in the day, a Z-LET Omega. I've definitely seen one. But the thing is, well, the Omega comes with a 2-litre Ecotec engine in it anyway.
That's it.
So it's going to bolt straight into place. So it can't be that difficult really to go and get a Mark IV Astra. Oh, there's my Cavalier. Back where we started.
I don't think it'd be too hard. I mean, even the coolant hoses and everything is exactly the same.
Yeah,
the mounts are the same. The only thing you've got to do is bin off the standard turbo because it'll interfere with the mounts, because the mounts are massive. Unless you could possibly make a low profile mount, so you could mount it and run the standard turbo. But to be fair, I mean, 200 horsepower in a big old yacht isn't really actually going to feel that quick.
No.
So I think aftermarket turbo is probably the way forward.
Yeah,
for that.
GT28 or something like that.
I've got a GT30 in the garage.
Oh, well,
I think that's what's going to go on it.
Brilliant. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. One Foden Alpha. Not for hire or rewards. People living in, there's a Bedford CF camper van. People like living out here. It looks like there's quite a few camper vans and caravans.
So I think fun is some of the people that work on the estate and they just buy a caravan. And
sit there. Cool. Right. Well, just remarking here, what a nice roof lining it's got, because Astras are terrible for it dropping down. What did you do to it to get it back? Did you like stick the original material back up?
So what I did was I'd already done my Alpina one before, so I had a bit of an idea, and basically stripped the roof lining out, and it's BMW material, because obviously nobody's selling the material from Mark III Astras.
Yeah. Can you buy this stuff then?
Yeah, you can buy it and buy it by the reel. I think it's like it's like 40 quid per square metre or something.
Oh.
So about 80 quid's worth to do you an Astra.
Oh, that's interesting, because the roof lining's collapsed in mine. They're so bad for it. That Vauxhall kind of messed up with that. They're notorious for it. Bear that in mind, BMW material. Get it off eBay or something?
I got it off eBay, yep. There's a guy out there called Mr. Retrofit. He's the one who you can get it from.
Brilliant.
So, and then some decent 3M spray adhesive. And that'll, it's temperature resistant. So, I mean, it lasts another good, probably 15 years.
Good stuff.
So, this one, the one in my BM's been in there for like, what, 4 years now. It's not dropped.
I'll have to give that a go, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So your Corsa turbo van, tell us a bit about this. Did you build it?
Yes, so when I got it originally, it was a 1 litre 3-pot, and it was actually a car when I started. Then one day the starter motor packed up and took the teeth on the flywheel with it, so it would occasionally just not start, because so you used to have to rock it in gear, and I got sick of it. So I ended up putting a red top in it and running it around with a red top in it for a good 4 years. Then got bored of red top power and wanted more, so now it's got running a Z20 LER on Z20 LET management, because the LERs are CAN bus.
Right, I thought it was a C20 LET. Oh, interesting, brilliant.
So it's,
I'll look under the bonnet of this. Fantastic, What's
VXR turbo and injectors. with a map, it's somewhere in the region of 300.
And something that'll weigh about what, 850 kilograms as well, probably, I would reckon. Yeah, lovely stuff. It's got wheels similar to Pete's Nova on it as well. Awesome. Right. Going round it, you've got those 14s tucked right up in the arches. That's quite a fancy looking set of tyres on it. Are they like sort of almost like intermediate tyres?
Yeah, it's like a NS2R. They're like a sort of an entry level cut slick. They're good enough for what I need. I mean, you can go more hardcore, but I mean, the more hardcore tyre you go in this sort of weather, the less grippy they are. And it'd be nice if we lived somewhere where it was sunny all year round, but
absolutely. Well, you know, your climate's a lot better down here than we get up the road. I mean, said that, it still gets cold down here, it still gets frosty and wet and everything. But if you look at the eagle-eyed amongst us would notice that these rear tyres are sticking out a bit further than normal ones. And why is that?
So it's got a Corsa C SRI rear disc axle on it, from the 1.8. They literally pretty much they bolt straight on. You've got to modify have to run Corsa SRI rear shocks because of the shock mount's different. It's just got a bolt going through it as opposed to like the little two tabs that catch it. So Corsa C SRI rear shocks and springs, and then modify the brake pipes, hoses slightly, just so that they fit in the axle, and then that's pretty much all it took. It's really, and you have to. The biggest part is modifying the handbrake cable.
Right, because that's why the Corsa C runs the handbrake off the calipers. It doesn't use inboard shoes.
That's it. So the Corsa B cable, it's like a hybrid between the two cables to make it work, because the Corsa C one is way too long. So a bit of both and you'll get it to work.
What are these back lights on here? They're not standard Corsa lights, they look a bit different. Yeah.
From a South African Corsa B.
Oh, funny that, we were talking about South African cars this morning when we were doing that video podcast. They're nice touch. There's a lot of nice little subtle touches to it that you wouldn't notice, or you only would if you really knew what you were looking for.
That's it, I mean, because in South Africa they made the Corsa B right up till 2009, so it had like more facelifts, so that them lights were part of that facelift that they got. No,
it's fascinating. Like, I really do fancy a Corsa B pickup, because or a saloon as well, you know.
Yeah. And the estates
too. Every single one of the most interesting Corsa Bs, as far as I'm concerned, we didn't get.
Yeah.
Like that looks good in there. Just because like the C20 is just, I mean, it's a great conversion, but it's been done so many times. That's so interesting to see that under the bonnet there. What's the turbo manifold? Is that the standard exhaust manifold?
That's the standard manifold, yeah.
Looks like it's quite sizable though for a standard manifold.
I mean, yeah, straight into a 3-inch straight out of the manifold. Like they're quite big. They flow relatively well. I mean, you can get around like touching 400 out of them before like they become a restriction. If you run like KO6 hybrids and stuff. That's more that. Well, the F20 wouldn't like that kind of power, and I don't need it in a car like this. It's
but you can see the way it goes anyway. You know, you wouldn't go if you put another 100 horsepower into this. It wouldn't go any quicker because it wouldn't be able to put it on the road, and then you'll just die causing a whole load of other stuff. Has this got electronic power steering on it?
No power steering.
No power steering, manual.
Proper base model.
Because the later ones had it e-pass, didn't they?
That's it, yeah.
Mine's got hydraulic on it. My Corsa B, and I'm amazed at how good the steering is on it. It's like 3 tons lock to lock. There you go, we have got Calibra leathers, and look, that must have been quite a hard thing to get a hold of. It's got the heated seat console for the Corsa B.
Yeah, that
not too many of them. CDX option.
I see it came from Germany, new old stock, the surround. The switch is obviously easy to find because they're in anything that had heated seats.
Yeah, even the Saabs have got them in it.
But yeah, this trim, I spent ages trying to find it, and I found one in Germany, and I don't think it cost so much. It was like £20 brand new. But I was so desperate to have it because before it was bare, and it just looked awful.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. To have that. So it was only Corsa CDXs that got these. There was one for sale on eBay that I'd put online, which had got everything in it. It had aircon, leather, automatic gearbox, and there was somebody popped up and said he also had one with an electric sunroof as well, so that one didn't have everything. But they're so rare. But I do quite like fully kitted up, kind of fancy looking cars and that. Like little cars, luxury cars. Of course, I can see as well you've had the steering wheel retrimmed. That's the 1992 model year only steering wheel, that with the circle griffin in the middle, out a Cavalier, well, a CD or a GSI. So you've got the arms needle clocks. Are they, how are the clocks driven? Are they electronic drive?
Electronically driven, yeah.
That's what I need, a set of those. That's what I need for mine. Well, actually, I don't know, because I'm going to put the speed sensor in and hopefully mine will run off a speed. No, I've got electronic drive clocks. What I need is to go and get a signal into them, of which I'm in the process of doing, which is an entire other story. Now, one of the things I really like about the Corsa B as well is how well the dashboard's dated and everything, like the interior of them. It still looks kind of fresh and modern, and they're nicely built as well. It's like everyone's like nice and solid on them. You can hear this one's got a bit more intent about it than the little Astra. Of course, we've got Calibra leather seats here as well. I've got a set of cream ones sitting in the garage, which nobody wants at all. I was thinking about making one into a racing seat for, well, not a simulator seat for Euro Truck Simulator, because you can't even sell them for 20 quid.
It's crazy how just the colour of the seat can...
Yeah, I remember how many people would throw away beige Cavalier GSI interiors. Has this got like a quick shift on it?
It's cable shift.
Cable shift, ah.
I made my own sort of quick shift.
Oh right, cable shift. You made your own cable shift?
So yes, from a Vectra C 1.8 petrol.
Clever stuff. What brought that on? You just decided to see if you could do it to improve the gear throw?
So yeah, it was in my Nova originally, and then I had problems with the gear linkage in this from when when it was NA. It was just always causing problems. It was always falling apart, and a lot of the rebuild kits you get off eBay and all that, a lot of them are cheap crap and they last for a while, and then they start falling apart, and I could never get along with it. So I ended up
yeah, so you get the ball sockets with the nylon cups and they wear out and the thing just keeps popping out. It's doing it in Kenzo's Air Edge Nova, which I'm having a big fight with at the moment. That was interesting, something else I've seen done. It's a very educational day, this. Cable drive gearboxes, Z20 LER engines, all sorts.
Yeah, any newer Vauxhall that uses the F17 you can pretty much adapt, because they came with cable shift, and it's literally a straight swap out on the turret. It's just a interchangeable, and then it's just a case of routing the cables, and in the case of a Corsa, the actual shifter from the Vectra actually bolts straight in.
Yeah, you could see straight away when you put that into gear, I was like, that's not the standard way that gear lever moves. Whee! Of course, it's soaking wet roads today, it's really damp. We're in the middle of November, so yeah, that feels like about 300 horsepower trying to put itself through some relatively small front wheels. It sounds good, eh? A nice rasp to it. With these modern engines as well, you find that the way that they put the power down, it's nice and smooth as well, doesn't it? You don't get turbo lag off them or anything like that. They just want to...
That's it. It's not like any old C20 like where you're waiting for the turbo to sport and then it just punches you. But they're a bit more linear, like the way the boost comes in. It's quite nice, to be fair. And I drive this a lot as well because I use it as a van. So.
You find that's the best thing for cars if you use them regularly. There's an old Mark III Astra Estate away up there, like an early one. Hey, I think we'll be able to get up to it, we're about 20 cars back. Yeah, if you use something every day, they tend to be more reliable, they tend to drive better, because everything's getting used, stuff just seizes up. At the Cavalier there, and I got it back, it was, well, the head gasket's starting to go, but the rev counter had stopped working and everything coming down to you, and eventually kicked back in again. I think it's just because of dampness, to be honest. There he's up there. What suspension you got in this? Is it conventional stuff or you got coilovers?
No, so it's shocks and springs. Nothing too special. It was on coilovers, I had it on gas golds, but I found it the right.
Rock solid.
So it was just horrible, and I use it too much, and there's too many speed bumps around it.
Yeah, there's just too much. I like a bit of compliance in the suspension. As good as slamming something down 60 mil when you can really get in corners brilliantly. It's just unrealistic, because the roads in Scotland are, I mean, they're not as busy, but they're badly potholed and falling to bits anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's Trader for all the speed bumps around it. They're just bloody everywhere. So
it's ridiculous.
it's just really,
Yeah, it feels nice. So it feels like it is something that'd be easy to live with. It just
it's not too solid, but it's just the right amount, really.
Great thing for chucking the tools in the back of.
That's it. I've had engines all sorts in the back of this.
It's amazing what you can get in the back of them.
Yeah, they have a lot. You can get a whole Euro pallet in the back of these.
afternoon here in Sutton. It's been a lot of fun to go out in Charlie's Corsa Z20 LER. Really well built, a lot of unique spec on it. Great fun to use as a daily driver. His Astra Merit automatics for sale as well, so if you're interested in it, give him a shout. Do you know what you want for it?
1400 ideally, but I'm willing to
1400 ideally. You'll find him via our Instagram, Facebook page, or shout out in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cool. Thank you very much, man. Cheers.
see you later.
Fine. Cheers. going to be on YouTube. You look like Charlie, my auntie's cat. He's a big ginger cat as well. Exactly. Well, I think that's been a great afternoon, coming down to Sutton, visiting Charlie, seeing his Corsa.
Yep.
Mind blank?